Jey Uso is the absolute highlight of Monday Night Raw. It just makes sense. You know, people, I understand where Drew McIntyre is coming from. Just because you decided you're no longer with the bloodline doesn't mean I have to like you. Drew has a point.
I'm not supposed to like you, Jay. You gave me too many boo-hoos.
One thing that made me worry though is the fact that Gable lost, which really hurts his momentum in my opinion. I honestly don't understand that decision. One of the most over superstars in the WWE right now lost to Bronson Reed, who, I'm not trying to be mean, but not necessarily a fan favorite right now. And now with everyone focusing on the Intercontinental Championship, which is the part that I do like, but it makes me worry that Gable might not win the championship. I feel like this storyline should continue because it's one of the hottest things in wrestling right now. But you know, I like that WWE blurring the lines between fiction and reality. In kayfabe, the one that shall not be named injured Rhea Ripley. It's so believable. I don't even know if it's a storyline or reality. So let's talk about Monday Night Raw. You guys know what to do. Click the like button, subscribe if you already didn't. Let's get into it. The show kicks off with Cody Rhodes, who's basically in his filler arc. Literally, my man is running around doing nothing. He wants to talk about main event Jey Uso, but again gets interrupted by Dominic Mysterio, which is not even a legit storyline, I believe, but that happens every time, and it's boring. Let's be honest right here. These two are so amazing, but this is one of the most unserious rivalries in the WWE right now. Just, you know, stuff to do for Cody. He says the only thing people need to know is that once Jey Uso joins the Judgment Day, they will continue being the most dominant faction in WWE. Rhea Ripley isn't here after being injured by the one we shall not name, but she will be back sooner and better than ever. He will dedicate his victory to Rhea Ripley. Then Cody mocked Dominic because obviously he got a huge crowd reaction. And Cody actually made a funny comment. It seems like Rhea has her eyes on Jey.
It's not like that. It's not like that at all.
You know what, people? I say sharing is caring. So we got Cody versus Dominic again, a match we've seen quite a few times at this point, but of course Cody takes the W, and he was about to get attacked by the Judgment Day until we saw his peers. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens with the save, and Kevin Owens says, stop the music, let's talk about something. He has a problem with Jey Uso. He doesn't understand why Sami and Cody were so quick to forgive him. Cody and Sami believe he deserves a second chance, just like we got one. And Kevin Owens was kind of passive-aggressive, a little bit sarcastic. He mentioned all of the things that Jey Uso did, and he said, I'll pretend like that never happened. I don't trust Jey Uso, but I trust you. It's weird how Cody is so forgiving all of a sudden. The man prevented you from finishing the story. It's a long-ass story, Cody. And The Rock possibly coming back is gonna be even longer. Since Jey Uso got traded to Raw and we are yet to see who's going to SmackDown, I think it's pretty clear at this point. It's probably Cody, but later on, it's gonna be like, I'm the one who's going to SmackDown after like a couple of months. Just so he could challenge Roman, or not. Because at the end of the day, Dwayne is back. Since Eric or Ivar, one of them is injured, the New Day still won the match. Rock, paper, scissors, and it's gonna be Kofi Kingston. And people, this match had no right to be this good. Like I've said many times, I don't like the Viking Raiders gimmick, but they're really good in the ring. You can't deny that. So Kofi versus Ivar was actually better than expected, better than it should have been, and props to these two guys. And Kofi Kingston picked up the W. The matches were really good on this show. Man, like I've said previously, Shinsuke Nakamura's entrance just hits different, man. I love this new character. He faced Ricochet, which was another great match, so we got some good wrestling back to back. Really enjoyed this one, but what this basically told me is that because Ricochet lost via disqualification, he never got pinned. Then of course Shinsuke came out on top. We got Seth Rollins, and Shinsuke Nakamura focused on his back, which again told a pretty good story. But since Ricochet lost that way, it seems like WWE are protecting the guy, and I feel like at one point he's going to turn on Seth Rollins, and I believe get his first World Heavyweight Championship title match. I'm down for this storyline. I don't know if it's going to work, but I think it's worth a try. And again, Shinsuke focusing on Seth Rollins' back, I like it. I think it's a good story. It's so much better than, what we got with Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins. So we got a tag team match. The women's tag team champions versus Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. So this was fine, but like I've said, I just don't understand this logic behind Shayna Baszler leaving a tag team, going for her singles run, and all of a sudden she's back in a tag team again. So I don't necessarily understand that, but I guess as long as it makes the tag team division better, I'm okay with it. The one we shall not name Interrupt beats every single woman in that ring, which is kinda ironic because she's not better than any of them. She sends a message to the women's division. Yeah, she's back. And she's better than ever before. Dare I say, she's not like most girls. Chad Gable wants another match. He wants another shot for the Intercontinental Championship, but Adam Pearce can't do it. He got a match against Bronson Reed, which was good. Like I've said, I just love Chad Gable's wrestling style. It's something that is, kinda rare nowadays in the WWE. So I like the match, but I was honestly very surprised he lost. I think that makes zero sense. Maybe WWE are going for the, story of Chad Gable struggling now, but I don't feel like that should be the case. Now you gotta give Chad Gable all the W's just so he earns another shot at the Intercontinental Championship. Damian Priest wants Jey Uso in the Bloodline, and he wants an answer by the end of the night. Can you guys even imagine Jey Uso in the Bloodline? All of a sudden he's wearing eyeliner. It's just emo Us. Let's talk about Jay's theme song for a second. It's a good one. It is kinda weird still, and it has so many mixed reactions. I like the song, I just don't like the intro. Back in the day, a few months ago, it was like, Uso, it sounded badass. Now my man is screaming, Uso! Ah! It sounds like he's screaming for help. It sounds like he's screaming for his brother. It sounds like he accidentally ran into Dominic and Rhea Ripley's bedroom and he saw what he shouldn't see. I'm not making that up, by the way. That's a storyline. Rhea apparently dominates Dominic and I'm not surprised. He saw what was happening and went, Uso! Tommaso Ciampa also wants the Intercontinental Championship. I like that, but can we please stick to Chad Gable right now, please? I would appreciate that. Oh man, that was weird. So Becky talks about her championship, got interrupted by Natalia, and these two women were basically arguing about, basically taking opportunities away, while both of them are, multiple-time WWE Women's Champions, fighting over a championship made for next big stars, basically rookies. You're both wrong, actually. Don't get it twisted, though. I'm actually happy with the fact that Becky Lynch is a champion. I think, we've seen it. She's actually good for the ratings. I might be reaching. I could be totally wrong. Somebody correct me on this, which I know you will. But is NXT getting close to AEW in ratings? That's actually pretty wild. Becky accepts the challenge, we saw the match, and of course Becky Lynch won, and I'm like, what was the point of this? Seriously though, what was the point of this? I feel like the best way to use Natalia nowadays is to put her in a tag team with someone. I feel like that's the best way to use her nowadays. So we saw Tommaso Ciampa in action and he took the W. He wants the Intercontinental Championship too. Is the story with Johnny Gargano over? Is he coming back? Where is he, by the way? I've seen a video of him or news. He wrestled in a live event against Omasa, I believe, and he lost. It's weird, that's the part of WWE's booking that makes me believe Triple H might not be in control after all. These are his boys. In the main event, we saw Jey Uso versus Drew McIntyre. Obviously, Drew McIntyre has a big problem with Jey Uso, probably more than anyone else. I like the match, two baby faces who just happen to be enemies. I would go as far as saying Drew McIntyre was more of a heel in this match than Jey Uso. And just like a heel, Drew McIntyre took advantage of the opportunity. We got an answer. Jey Uso is not joining the Bloodline, and Drew McIntyre went straight for the Claymore. Then Jey Uso got attacked by the Judgment Day, and Drew McIntyre did nothing and looked like an absolute heel. Uso! Pretty good, now we know the answer. We don't have to wait for 5 more weeks, which is typical WWE, to get an answer. I ain't gonna wear an eyeliner. But anyway, people, that was your episode of Monday Night Raw. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like, subscribe if you already did, and the great one, peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.